Pilot language. Welcome to Pilot Language. So glad to see you tap in. I want to shout out Baltimore for the one time and every time. Shout out to my mama B-Day. Shout out to the B-Day weekend. I had a family together. We celebrating more life, more peace. I always like being around my roots. I feel that recharge in those moments. Cause like right now I'm in the area where I sound different. And at one point in time, 2020, 5 years ago, this was a foreign place to me. So being around people who see me in every fashion of my life, and now they can see me in a higher level, that's golden.
Perfect.
In this state of time of your favorite pilot, me,
To this day.
I'm open to learning, listening, and I want more. We're creating moments of peace, not excuses. And excuses are not a bad thing or a good thing for me, because when it's needed, it's needed. But the memories that's tied to it has a long effect. We can all name our favorite excuses. Oh, I can't go. I know you remember hearing that. Oh, I don't know what's going on in his case. But you really do. You're saving face. And you're just not trying to really speak on your family business.
He's on fire.
Respectfully, if you ask me, I like that. I like that type of energy. But when we're making these excuses to protect one another out of love, it becomes draining in real time. That same love and respect can turn into something unruly.
Let him cook now.
When we got to keep juggling our bullshit and yours.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I already got enough going on in my life that I'm trying to figure out. But now I got to protect you and me. So now I'm juggling yours.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
And all you keep showing me that you going to keep moving in the same fashion? Nah, I appreciate that. Nah, bruh, I need to switch it up. Bruh, tell me about your podcast, bro. Like, what's going on with that? What's up with emotional intelligence? What's up with personal development? How can I really switch it up? Because I'm tired of going in and out of this system. None of that. It's just, yo. Yo. Come on, man. So that love and respect become real short. But when you flip that script, because you done bust your head too many times, that piece counts. We got good crab cakes in the city. The best crab cakes is in Baltimore. So we got that. We laughing. I seen the new Superman too. I seen that new Superman. And let me be the one to say this, because I done said a lot about Superman. Going in, I thought it was going to be the same thing. I thought it was going to be the same plot, the same story, the same, he's Mr. Perfect. Oh, he can't fail. I don't like that. I'm not the biggest fan of Superman. But my son wanted to see it. So I'm like, all right, you know, I can make time for that. I can put my judgment aside and be open and pop out with my son real quick and look at Superman. Why not? When we got in there, it was almost sold out, so we was in the front. I don't like to sit in the second row, but we was in the front. He really wanted to see it. Let's get it. It was almost sold out. I had people beside me on every weight. Like, they pulled up for Superman. Had a good seats where I can roll out, have my feet up. I can relax and, you know, be entertained. Movie come on. They had Lex in it, Lex Luger. They had this dude, I think it was the Green Lantern, but he kept shouting out the Justice Game, the Justice Game, the Justice Game. And I found that to be really interesting. And I found out to be really interesting because the Justice League movie will really save DC bum ass comics. Like DC is really ass on for real. Outside of Batman and Superman, nobody's checking for DC. Outside of the Joker, but the Joker is tied to Batman, so nobody's checking DC. We on Marvel, we on Avengers, Iron Man, we on the Red Hulk. The Hulk done changed colors on y'all. I'ma see the Hulk change colors before I check Suicide Game or Suicide, whatever that movie was, Will Smith in it. It was garbage.
That boy is good.
With the talking shark, garbage. Nobody checking for DC.
Forgot about the talking shark.
Right?
Yeah, like, what?
He was standing on 2 toes talking to us. DC, get out of here. But my son want to see it. I'm outside on my mom B-Day. We all celebrating. It's good energy. Let's see it. I don't mind being on my phone while you had a time of your life. I don't mind finding something else to do because I know this movie going to be garbage, which I thought. But that's how I'm thinking, before we get there. We get there. I'm looking at it. And the motion of how that movie was going, they kept it hot. Lex Luger's a typical Lex Luger that you used to see in the cartoons. Woody, smart, persistent, intentionally. He's breaking it down what he wants. I ain't going to talk too much about the movie because it is kind of new. My bad. Spoiler alert, my bad. Joe wasn't going to stop me at that.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm about to tell the whole movie.
I should have stopped you. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
All right, I'm going to shorten it up. I was sorting it up. Lex did his thing. The Justice Game, I'm going to go back to that. The Justice Game was a great thing to me because for me, just growing up looking at cartoons, the Justice League was the Golden State Warriors where KD was down there. Dominance. Nobody can miss. Hitter on top of hitter on top of hitter. So if they bring back a Justice League movie, I would like that. They definitely going to do a Supergirl movie and her little doll that be with her, and I like that too. But they do a Justice League movie, that's going to be fire. Because the one in 2017 was garbage, but that's DC. But now you have better directors and other opportunities because y'all did great with this movie. Let's keep it hot. Let's keep it hot. But back to Bmore real quick. I put up on the city on a Friday. It was 95 degrees outside. That's hot. Like, that's boiling hot. I'm smiling, though. I'm feeling the air. I got the windows down. I'm enjoying the views. I ain't been in Baltimore in a minute. Like, I ain't been down there in a long time. So for me to go back, and the sun is shining, and I'm seeing all the landmarks of when you in the city, and I got the window down, and I'm getting that air. I'm smelling the streets. Every city do smell different. So I'm smelling it. I'm getting that feel again. Oh, I'm smiling now. I'm smiling with the top down. And I'm coming in the city early. So I got the whole day. I got my whole Friday. And it's 95. Oh, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm cruising down the street. I'm seeing a lot of entertainment on the street. Now, the fact that I'm seeing a lot of entertainment on the street is nothing new because this is what this street is. This is who this street be. It's the regular degular. I'm seeing people running up and down the street. I'm seeing people speed walking and their arms is moving faster than their legs. They on a mission. You hear me, Joe?
Loud and clear.
They on a mission. Right now, where is that? That's what I see. But it's summertime. A lot of energy go out in the summertime. A lot of more people around in the summertime. Regular degular, right? I just keep going. I'm going up the street. I'm enjoying myself. I meet up with my peoples. We chilling. We gearing up for the day. We making plans. We looking at the news. Then we looking at the news at the same time because we got to be tapped in. So we looking at the news. It's an afternoon shift. So when I first came in the city and I'm seeing these track stars, I'm seeing these track stars in the AM running up and down this one single strip. This is like late 11, 12-ish. So, late afternoon. Now I'm looking at the news, and this is the afternoon shift. The first thing they say, 27 people passed out. And it wasn't over a heat wave, because it was 95 and it felt like close to 100, but it wasn't over that. On the same strip I just seen, it definitely wasn't over that. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, and I ain't trying to be Mr. Negative on a good day, but seeing people overdose in Baltimore, it's not unfamiliar. It's not like what's really going on right now. It's not surprising. But seeing 27 people on one strip fall down like a domino effect in real time in front of all these people, that's something different. That's something different when you got police on the side streets in the cut because they the undercovers. And now they seeing this. And now the civilians are seeing this. And now the nosy people are seeing this. You got too many people seeing this and they all making that same phone call. So now you got police on the main strip with their lights on posted up. Now you got people walking around trying to pass out Narcan guns and they don't want to take it. They don't want to take it. They heard about that New Jack City. What you talking about, Narcan? I'm talking about where it's at. So I'm like, dang, I was just over there. How did that happen that fast? Yeah, I did see entertainment, but 27 people? And out of that 27 people, the number 7 was in critical condition? Critical condition. And they're saying that the thing that they had and they was mixing up with and playing with had antifreeze in it. Antifreeze? That you shooting straight to your... Come on now. And the city been doing so good. My youngin', shout out to my youngin' though. My youngin' got the crime rate down 60%. He got it down 60% when it was a time when Bmore was the top 3 for years for bodies. Every year when the FBI did a local report on who has the most homicides, Baltimore, Maryland was in the top 3 every year since the 90s. Since the 90s.
They were called the Baltimore Bullets for a reason.
Baltimore Bullets, Bodymore. They had many nicknames that was kind of telling you the energy that you're stepping into. It was a time that St. Louis and Baltimore were twins. Because when Baltimore wasn't number 1, St. Louis was. And they were just playing pity pat. They going back and back, back and back, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's been less than 70 people murdered this year. That's a 23% drop from a couple years. I ain't gonna say last year, a couple years. 23. Shout out to LB, King James, LeBron. Don't get it confused. This man, my youngin', Brandon Scott, investing in the city. You investing in the city. Community organizations. Community organizations. What does that mean, right? That's an open gym. That's resources for they can play ball. They can find something else to do with their time to be outside, just move around doing anything. And these organizations set up to where it can be early morning and late night. being chaperone, being secure, making sure everything go copacetic, but making sure you have an avenue where you don't have to go to the worst in you. You taking that same energy and you can release that energy for the better. I know for me, just speaking for me, when I was young, I had a lot of energy I was tapping into. I had a lot of energy I was trying to figure out. And I was moving on impulse. I wasn't moving on emotional intelligence. I wasn't moving on personal. I wasn't moving on to the point where I have to pause and reflect. That wasn't, impulse. So now I'm in a situation where I could be in the space where I can still release this energy and still be safe, where I'm not hurting nobody else and nobody's hurting me. He takes that statement, Bmore Summers, to heart. And you brought in a trauma information support system. So when we get all these words that people learn, they throw on somebody else. Gaslight. We seen this word when we tapped in that Chat GPT. When we Googled, that's when we learned this word. And now we throwing this on somebody else, not really knowing the effects of it, and we messing this person up. Now they have an opportunity to call somebody. When they trying to figure out why every situation they get into gotta be messed up because they're in Section 8, they get government assistance, but they about to snatch that because this big bill is the best thing for us, but it's taking away health care. So they trying to figure out why all these things that they didn't ask for got happen to them, and now they have somebody else that can hear them out in real time and educate them and try to just be there and be with. You ever heard that term, be with? You know what that means when somebody say be with? Because being with somebody don't mean that I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Being with somebody don't mean that I'm going to tell you you're right. Being with somebody means that I'm going to sit there, I'm going to support you, I'm going to listen, and I'm going to let you know you got support. I'm going to let you know that I care. I'm going to let you know that we have certain things that, yes, we need to work on, but we can do it together. They don't do that. You don't see that every day in these neighborhoods with the status of Baltimore or St. Louis. That's a 1-2 to uplift the community. That's a 1-2 combination to really put down that demonstration for a higher level conversation. It's blessings to gain all this information and to be open for more. You better get familiar with Brandon. You better learn. This man from Park Heights. Park Heights is in Baltimore. He earned a political science degree from St. Mary's College in Maryland in 2006. Do you know this term called neighborhood hero?
Perfect.
Do you know that term? I'm talking about Baltimore City Council at the age of 27. One of the youngest that ever did it. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that real quick?
New pilot language.
How people were born in Baltimore, how they stepped up for Baltimore, and how they putting down a demonstrating for Baltimore. Can we highlight that for the one time? I find it interesting, though. The world news talking about an overdose in Baltimore, though. But I can't name the time when they talk about Brandon Scott serving the 2nd District until 2019. Do you know what the 2nd District is? Do you know what that consists of? Middle school. Taking care of the youngins in your backyard. Becoming the first Baltimore mayor in 20 years to win a 2nd term in 2024. With 82.1% of the vote. That boy good. That boy good. The last time I went to an Oreo game, the Oreo game is downtown. The stadium is downtown. It's close to the harbor. You in the city. I'm at the Oreo game. Me and my little man, we outside. I got my family with me too. We living it up. We walking to go to our seats. Who do we see? We see Brandon. Brandon posted up shaking hands. Brandon posted up talking to the people, hugging people, taking pictures. He outside. Because it's one thing to be a mayor, right, or be a politician and just want all the praise and want everybody to say, you the one, you the greatest. You was the best mayor that ever did it, but you ain't really doing nothing. And you really doing certain things that's corrupt. But when you got somebody who came through the heart of Baltimore, now setting it up where you can supply Baltimore where resources where I already see who the next leader is. I already see that they need help because I went through this. How can I help them better so they won't get the same trauma that I got? I'm going to make sure that I got these gyms open up late. I'm going to make sure I have resources where we can have sit-downs and talks. I'm going to make sure I have resources where they can get food, where they can get clothing, where they can get a level of education, where they can find balance in their demonstration. I'm going to do that. But the one time the world news, the one time all these news outlets want to bring up Baltimore name is when Donald Trump said it's affected with rats. He don't care about Baltimore. The other time when 27 people overdosed. Now, I done seen Washington Post talk about Brandon Scott. I done seen NPR talk about Brandon Scott, true indeed. But I'm talking about I need every platform to talk about how this young man, because he's a young man, how this young man is really stepping up and supplying this city that was well known for homicides, drug-infested, poor, and he's bringing it in a way that is more beneficial to everybody who lives there, having more people want to come in. We need to talk about that. True indeed, you got to do the news. True indeed, you got a job. True indeed, you need to make sure that people know what's going on, but make sure they know the whole story, though. Because you saying all this, all right, when this story get fixed, when this situation gets handled, I need an update. I don't need that one-time special, one night only. I don't need that in my life. I need the updates when this situation get handled and this crime rate continue to drop. I need updates. Just like my iPhone need updates, so it won't cut off on me. Just like my car need updates when I gotta change that oil. Just like my smart TV and my Canon camera need updates, my state of mind need updates. You gotta keep this hot now. If you're gonna entertain this and you're gonna touch this subject about that city, speak on that city then. That's all I gotta say. That's how I feel. Because I'm going to speak on the fact that I seen that firsthand, and then I'm going to speak on the fact that I got a youngin' out there named Brandon Scott that's really holding it down. When too many before y'all didn't. And we got a governor that's a brother that's holding it down. Baltimore is black, and bliggity black, and Africans. You got to make sure it's taken care of. It got to be taken care of. My name is Ra. I rep them planes. I'm simply wavy in that big 33. You can come to this good energy and level up. You can hear this demonstration and we can grow together. And I hope to see you again. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to my brother Joe. And Joe in the corner, we got a good episode. And Joe in the booth, we got a hit on. We got a hit.
New pilot language.
This is pilot language peace.
Yeah, we made content today.